Yeah, go into some of the, like you've caught a lot of big bass. I mean, you said 8 pounders. You've kind of been a big bass hunter for a long time. I mean, did the moon phase? The moon was full that night before 3 days. It's coming. Does that make a difference or?
Yep. So there's kind of a formula that I got. It's you're going to need the wind from the south or the southwest or a combination of those. You really want your water temperature between 50 and 61, with it being prime at about, let's call it 55 to 58. Um, at 55 to 58, it just some reason they're just in a major full feeding binge. Like they're eating and they got tails sticking out of their throats, but they keep eating. There's no rhyme or reason to it. They're just gorging themselves. Um, I think the next thing is the lake. I mean, you got to find the right lake. So I've been to 50 different lakes in Missouri. I've been to a lot of small reservoirs, medium, larger, a lot of lakes, and I kind of dwindled it down to like 5 reservoirs in Missouri that I found what really was needed to grow big fish in those lakes. Time of day is another thing. Everything I've caught in my life that's been between 8 and 11 has been 10 to 2. I've never caught one early. I've never caught one late. It's always been right in the middle of the day. And then the last thing, and a lot of people will agree or disagree, but the full moon and the new moon, the major moons are 100% the most important thing. The 3 days before, the day of the full moon, and the 3 days after. In that 7 day period, if you're out on the water in the spring, in the pre spawn, and you get that wind, you get that water temperature, maybe you got a couple storms brewing and the conditions are really good, you're probably going to set yourself up to catch the biggest fish of your life within a couple years. But you really have to time it. And I'm going to say in Missouri, I'm going to say it's like the end of the first weekend in March through the second weekend in April is probably the best time. Now you're going to say, well, it's just a theory. You guys know who Doug Hannon is, right? Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, yeah,
The
absolutely.
bass professor, right? So
Yep.
Yeah.
he came up with the full moon thing. So I wanted to test his theory. So in 2000, when I started, I planned all my trips around the new and the full moons. Now, I'm going to prove it to you beyond a reasonable doubt. When I'm done telling you, I'm about to tell you, you guys are going to be, okay, this guy's, he figured it out. And it's not bragging, it's just data that I collected. In 2000, you got to follow me here because it's going to get complicated. In 2000, I caught a 9.3, okay, on March 19th. It was the day of the full moon. I had the wind, okay, 50-degree water temperature. I caught a 9.3, okay. Now, fast forward to 2011. Guess what? March 19th, the full moon fell on the exact same day. The water temperature was 50 degrees, same everything, same day. And I caught them both 10:20 to 10:30 in the morning, and that was an 8.9. Okay. Now, you're going to say, well, yeah, that's coincidence, Greg. Well, guess what? 2 weeks after I caught the 8.9, I caught an 10:36, okay, on April the 5th. The new moon was on April 3rd. That's 2 days after. The water temperature was 58 degrees and the wind was blowing out of the south. Now, follow me. Fast forward 2026. The date I just told you, I caught this 11 pounder on the 3rd, 2 days, okay, behind the major moon, just like the 1036. And guess what? The water temperature was 58 degrees, and I caught them both between 1 and 2 o'clock.
Hmm.
Now, if you tell me that that's not, if that doesn't prove it, I don't know what does. So here's
No.
what I would suggest. If you want to catch the biggest fish in your life, if you take what I just said and you put it to work, I will say within 2 years, if you're on the right lake, you're going to catch an 8 to 9, possibly double digit in the state of Missouri.
Yeah. Well, everybody goes off stats. Everybody wants stats. Sports wants stats. That that's if you everybody wrote that down, I would feel okay. That's where I'm gonna go try to find the biggest fish. I mean, if I've logged it and I score the most points at this time of the game, yep, probably what I'm gonna do every time.
Yep, yep. I mean, I I've got 12 fish over 8, and every one of them was within 3 days of a new or a full moon. So it's just proven. I can't prove it anymore. And I've helped a lot of people. I have friends that I help go on the days that they're supposed to. I'm not going to name no names because I don't want to embarrass anybody. But there's several guys in the Ozarks that, and some guys pretty good sticks that they wanted to get into the big bass world, and I helped them catching. One guy caught an 8.5. Another guy caught a 9. One of my buddies just calling at the Ozarks that almost went 7. Um, Another buddy caught one up north that was 7 something, and he's still looking for that 8. But they're out there. Double digits are very much out there in the state of Missouri. You just have to put the time in and the work to go to these lakes and figure out which ones are going to have those bigger fish in.